Hey everyone, we're having this week's Torah portion of Noah, which we know in his generation, God saw the debasement and the corruption that happened where he deemed that it can no longer exist. I need to destroy the world and start over again with you, Noah, and your family. And he tasks him to build this monstrous teva, this ark, where he's going to be saved from the flood. But if you take a step back a little bit, there's a fascinating medrash that talks about that when before Noah was born, people used to try to work the fields, and they would work it if they planted seeds for wheat, thorns would come out. They planted for barley, nothing would work. Only once Noah was born, through the merit of him being born, all of a sudden someone would plant wheat, they'd actually get wheat. They'd plant barley, they would get barley, and so on and so forth. That was just a fascinating medrash. Also, the Midrashic explanation says that Noah was actually the person who invented the plow and different tools that farmers used to plow. So people used to actually dig with their hands and fingernails, or whatever they would use, to be able to plow. And because of this invention, which, think about it now, if this would be on Shark Tank, I think all the sharks would invest in this, not even a question. So he came up with this ingenious idea that helped out everyone, all the farming. So not only was what they were planting was working, but he created the tools to make it so much easier. All the anguish from working the ground was made much easier because of Noah. But one of the great rabbis, he says he noticed a correlation. He said, at the same time when Noah came into the world and created so much easier to work and to plow, it's also the same time where the entire generation became corrupt and immoral, so much so that God deemed that everyone needs to be destroyed. So he created a correlation. He taught us a lesson that the concept we can understand is that whenever there's free time and things are very easy, oftentimes that leads to immorality and corruption. Is that we strive for vacation, time off, free time, which is good, it's important to have, but a lot of times, the concept of idle hands, the concept of having free time is not necessarily good for oneself and also for the entire world. So I was just thinking when I thought about this, I think maybe it's a way when, as parents, as busy people, where we say, oh, I wish we had time off and vacation, and yeah, we all wish we had that. But to realize that being busy and keeping active is actually good for us, our own growth, and it's good for the world as a whole as well. So I think maybe that's a little bit of a tool to help us when we're busy and things are crazy, is that, ultimately it's not actually so bad. I'd like to wish everyone a wonderful week. Shabbat Shalom.